Hi, in this video we will be writing a function to basic string compressor. So in this string compressor, what we're gonna do is we will count all the occurrence of each character and we'll print uh, the occurrence value next to the character element. Let's say we have string 1 equal to A, B, C, 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 D. Then our output should be like A is 2 occurrences, B is 1, C is 4, D is 1. So our output should be this is our output from the function. But we also have another prerequisite for this. Let's see, A, B, C, D. So if this is our input string, output will return A1, B1, C1 and D1. So if this is the case, the modified string length is higher than the original string length. In this case, we'll just return the original string. So we will just ignore this part here. So what we have to do is first we have to see each character, how many occurrences it has been happened. So once we have the proper information, we will check again is the original string. So if original string is greater than the modified string, we will return modified string. If that is not the case, then we will return the original string. So what I wanted to have in my function is I will just loop through each character element in the string, and I will compare it with the previous element. So if it is equal to the previous element, then I will increment the count. So I need one variable that will count the letters, and I need another variable that will just compare what's the previous element and what's the current element. And string is like immutable, so we can't really change the input string, so we need another variable to return it. So that will be m underscore string. So these are the variables that I need. So m underscore string is like modified string. So the function will be something similar to define string compressor. So I will say com string. So this is gonna take word as input. So this is our input string. So I will just take all these variables in the beginning. Count equal to 0 and previous element equal to empty string, and m string I will just assign it to empty string in the beginning. I think it would be also good to see the length. If length is equal to none, then we will return -1. If length is okay, I think I'll just write it. So if length of word is equal to null, return -1. If length of word is equal to 1, we'll just return the word, because if it is a, it will print a1. So this is definitely larger than the original string, so we will just return the character, return word. Yeah, so our real program will start from here. So that is, we will be using for I. Okay, I'll just say for letter in word. So what we have to do is we have to check if it is equal to previous element or not. So if letter is equal to prev, we just increment the count equal to count plus 1. But if this is not the case, then we should have else statement. So else is like a little bit tricky, because as soon as we go to the else statement, we will see what the occurrence of the previous letter. So if the previous letter is count is greater than 0, we need to modify it. So before making the previous element equal to letter, what we're gonna do is we'll say modified string equal to. So here we're gonna change modified string equal to modified string plus what we're gonna do is we'll check the previous element. We'll just print the previous element plus we have, this is the integer value, so we have to explicitly convert into string. So string of count. So the my string is gonna be modified here. So if I think we have to have if count is greater than 0. So this should be so this one should be inside this if clause. And then we just make previous equal to letter, and we make count equal to 1 here because it's already been happened. So this one we'll just check if count is greater than 0, then we say my string equal to my string plus previous element plus how many times it has been occurred. That's it. So and at the end we have to do we have to modify the modified string, because here we are adding the elements with how many occurrences it has been happened. So we have to make sure to update the modified string. So modified string is gonna be modified string equal to, I think, modified string plus so we need previous element, and also we need count similar to exactly this statement. So we say prev plus string of count. So this should be after the else clause. So this is where so as the next step we just compare the modified string to the word. If modified string is less than the word, we'll return modified string, else we just return the word. So the logic is gonna be simple for this one, because we are just checking the length. If length of modified string is less than length of word, we just return the modified string. Else we don't need any logic here, we'll just return word. So just to test the program, if we have empty word, if we don't give anything, it will just return -1. But if we give only one character, then it will just return the specific character. If that is not the case, then we'll go through the for loop of each element in the string, and we see if the letter is equal to previous element or not. If it is equal to previous element, then we'll increment the counter here. Else we're gonna check if the count is greater than 0 or not. If count is greater than 0, we'll make sure to update the modified string. So here we make a modified string equal to previous plus string of count, and then we make previous equal to a letter, and then we increment the count because the letter has been happened only once, and then we so this is our final modified string. So final modified string will be final modified string plus previous element plus string of count, so how many times it has been happened. So this is where we check the length, the output. So this is how this program will be this is how my solution is gonna be. Since we are just looping through only once in this word, so the length is the space complexity is gonna be, the time complexity is gonna be big O of n, because in worst case we have there is no worst case, we have to loop through each character in the element anyway. So the time complexity is gonna be big O of n, and the space complexity, we are not using any extra space unless other than these static variables. So this should be big O of nth time, a big O of constant space.